Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Edie from CZT Laurel Davis. This is a neat filler. Well, I'm sure you could use it for other things as well, but I look at it as a filler for right now. Although, like I said, I can see some other ideas. All right, I've done my four corners and a border, and this one, I mean, it actually starts however you would want it to start. I'm following Laurel's step out, and I kind of think I found it pretty easy to get this one started with a diagonal. We're looking at like squashed orbs is the best way I want to describe that. Or you could think it could look like a Tic Tac candy, or Good and Plenty, or what is it like? I think Ike and Mike's. I'm on a candy kick apparently. And then you're just going to place these whatever size you want, whatever angle you want, but they're touching each other at some point. And you just fill in your section. And this is where I could see this, maybe not even filling in a section, but maybe um, being a little accent tangle somewhere. And if you have I have challenges with doing things randomly sometimes. Okay, a lot of times, if I have to admit it. I'm working on it. Sometimes I find just turn the tile, see what's, I'm drawing them the same angle, and if I turn my tile, you know, and then find, okay, where do I want to fit one in, then that seems to help a little bit. All right, that's good for now. All right, then inside each one, and so you want to make them fat enough that you can do this next step, and that is we're going to, well, you can either think of it as aura-ing or drawing another squished orb inside. Up to you. Now, make sure to take a look at the For More Inspiration link so you can see the inspiration from this. It was a sculpture, and it's rather neat. And I say you can think of it either way because sometimes thinking about aura-ing, that kind of implies, oh, well, I must exactly follow the contour or something like that. And this, you don't have to do that. And even when you're aura-ing, you don't have to do that. But sometimes, like I said, it can imply. Just like if we say, oh, draw an oval, you know, like the reason that we say orb instead of circle is because it just implies a little too much pressure and implies some perfection. And we're not worried about that. Okay, so once you have all of your inside auras, we're going to just do some rounding. And I don't know if I'm going to do them to the side or not, so I'm not going to worry about it. So just kind of where they connect, just a little rounding. And I'm just filling it all the way up into here because I have that gap. But like right here. I'm not, it feels like one of those, well, I did the outline or the border in pencil. I'm going to fill all of these in and then decide if I'm going to do it on the other side. I think I shall, just because. I'm going to shade it one way or the other. But just having that bit of rounding is nice. And, this tangle enhancer is so nice, and sometimes it gets forgotten. It's like, oh, yes, let's do that. Because, well, here, partially done, partially not done. And you can see the difference. It just adds that little bit of a finishing touch. And you just have to be careful. That you don't, like I will tend to, make a little bit of a bump when I'm coming off of this line. So trying to, oops, let me flip that the right direction, to do a little take off and land concept. So I'm tracing over that line a little bit, so that way it's to avoid the little bumps that can happen. I just want that line to merge in from one and onto another. It also helps to do them in some sort of order, because I keep going back. Oh yeah, I forgot that, because I wasn't sure what I was doing on there. That's why I left that. And yeah, just a neat technique. And while I'm finishing these up, let me just throw this out there. If you're enjoying this video, if you're not tangling along, if you don't mind hitting like, I would love it if you do that. Or you can take a pause for a minute, as I just did, as I was, that was not my intention. But I thought, well, I'll pause so that way you can pause if you're tangling along. But yeah, if you click like, that helps me out a lot. If you like it enough to see more and want to subscribe, I appreciate that also. All of those things, and sharing and commenting help to tell the algorithm that, gosh, other people like this viewer might enjoy it. So it helps to get the word out about the channel. So I appreciate that. All right. And, oops, one here. I'm like, did I get them all? I think I did. Almost. All right. So then our next step, we have a lot of filling in on this one. Although, just like everything Zentangle, there's just lots of options. We say, oh, do this, do that, but you really don't have to in the end. You really don't have to. But we're going to follow the step out. And in the step out, we fill in what we had aura'd. Now, you could fill it in as you go. You don't have to do all the rounding first. It's nothing is hinging on anything. The only thing that hinges on everything that you have to make sure to do first is those first ovals, or squashed orbs, excuse me. You know what? Let me switch here. But actually, this one, it does add a nice contrast, especially because we've done that rounding, and to have this filled in is nice. And I was either thinking it or I started to mention it, and maybe I didn't finish mentioning. But when you're filling in, is a great time if you feel you need to course correct. Like, for instance, I could have taken this one out a little bit further. So I'm going to do that. And nobody is the wiser. It's just if you need to go a little bigger, you can. You can't go the other way. But that's what's nice, is that you can touch up some things when you're doing the fill-in. All right. And yes, as I'm thinking, you might be thinking the same thing. Gosh, you could have just done that whole bit with the thick pen. Could have, but it's also nice to to have it placed where it is, and have that placed with the fine pen. There we go. See, it's neat. Now, it also, and because I didn't do this here because I was just following the step out. When you take a look at that for more inspiration, like scroll down past the step out, just a little bit past. It's just underneath that, and you can fill in these squashed orbs with any pattern that you might want. Or you could fill it in and you could do patterns on the outside. It doesn't look like she's done that, but you can. It's your tangle, your interpretation, and your fun to be had. So then she doesn't really do some shading on here, and you could decide where you want to shade. I think I'm going to shade these orbs. This makes me also think of the Tangle and Zeppel. And in Zeppel is where we do a grid, and I'm just doing some simple C shapes. Well, I guess I can do that here. This is how I would shade and Zeppel one way. So I'm like, oh, let's just do that here. And then it will also hopefully make the our squashed orbs stand out a little bit. A lot of times I start with that C shape, and then, as you can see, kind of smudging it out, but then almost creating, a circle with it, or going along with the shape, because you could do that as well. And like I said, it creates a neat effect, and having it stand a little bit away from the side. You could just put it on one side too, if you want, or like I said, you could shade on those squashed orbs. It just depends on however you want to have it happen. Okay, my last thing, and I think I will shade it to the outside. I'm just going to add more graphite because I want to. I could have used what's there and then see and then add, but no, I know I want it a little darker. And I like shading it or blending it to the outside. Misting it, I guess you could. I think I said that one time because somebody laughed about it on the YouTube channel, because it's what it looks like. So while I'm doing this, I already mentioned clicking like, subscribe, all of that. But in the description section, I mentioned the step outs. I always do my own version, and then link to the creator of the Tangle. Below that, you'll find ways to connect with me. So if you really did like it, and you want to, like I said, connect. I do classes twice a week. Actually, 2 sessions twice a week. So that's really 4 sessions a week. A lot of them are free. Thursday, which is, Thursday. It's not today. Today's Tuesday. Today we had a class that is exclusive for my club members. That information is on my website as well. But come check us out for free. And if you like it, then you might think about joining the Tangle Addicts Club. That is basically all access. It's a monthly fee. But I have one exclusive for club members, and then 2 other paid classes that you would pay for on Tuesdays, and I have 1 free one. Anyway, all the information is on the website. I hope you check it out. That looks really cool, if I do say so. Never always wait till after you get things done before you make a judgment. And adding this around the edge just stuck it. Yeah, I totally like it. I liked it before, but I like it even more now. So much fun. So anyway, check out that description section. If you happen to be on Facebook, I also have a link to our amazing Tangle Addicts private group. So if you want to hang out with some amazing people, really amazing. I mean, we're crazy, but amazing really tops it. Amazingly crazy too. But we have a lot of fun. We share a lot of great work, and also, and probably more importantly, we all understand it's about your individual journey. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because there are a lot of people that have different challenges, and so we just celebrate every win, and we encourage everybody to share their wins, so that way we can all celebrate that with them. So, because that's what Zentangle is about. It's not necessarily about creating beautiful artwork, and that's the result is what it is. The result is the effect that it has on you, and that is, everyone is different. Everybody has different goals, different abilities, different whatever, and that's what it's all about. So I hope you'll join us. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.